The 3 keys to success in the new normal. Now, these are very simple keys, really. It's just that we get so caught up with our work that we just sometimes forget what these keys are. So the first very important key, my dear friends, is passion and skills. I know we've all heard this. We say, what is this passion? We all know. Is it fashionable to say, oh, I'm very passionate about this, that, and the other? We've got to run our homes, we've got to run our businesses, we've got to run our lives. So, beyond the point, what is this passion all about? Listen, my dear friends, passion is not something that becomes so famous that you actually end up making the St. Paul's Cathedral of London as an architect. Christopher Wren, the architect, designed it. But you know something? When the structure was coming up, when the building was coming up, architect Christopher Wren was walking through it with the priest, and the priest goes to one bricklayer and says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Oh, can't you see I'm doing my job?" The second bricklayer, as they go work, and he asks the same question to him. And you know what he says? He said, "Sir, I'm just working hard, I'm making a living, and I have mouths to feed, I have a family to keep." They walk forward. Christopher Wren has these beautiful designs and he's discussed it with his team. And they go to the third bricklayer and says, "What are you doing?" He, with a smile and a very happy face, says, "This architect, Christopher Wren, has made this dream project. And I'm doing my work, hopefully so well that people will look at this beautiful building someday and remember and realize this. I'm part of this entire process and I'm doing my part of the job." That, my dear friends, is the passion. When we go to London, sometimes we have to look at this. We have to spend 2,500 rupees just to enter, or maybe it's more now. That's what I spent a few years ago. That is the dream. The dream of an architect to create an edifice, but the people involved in it with the passion that is required to realize those dreams. That is the passion of the bricklayer that ultimately becomes the dream for the entire world to admire, for the whole world to cherish. So yes, passion is about being in a happy space. So it's also good to say, "Oh, I'm very passionate about my work," but in the morning when you get up and you go to work, are you really passionate about your work? Are you happy? The question is not about these titles that we have. "Oh, I'm an architect, I'm an engineer, I'm a whatever else," but no. The true title is when you say, "I am happy. I have resolved issues with myself and with others." This platform, this beautiful platform, is about resolving issues. I am very, very happy that Professor Charanjit Shah and the others are going to get together, discuss issues which are important to be discussed. Yes, issues regarding things about IIA or the Council of Architects and so many other things, because these are platforms where you come up with new ideas, but at the end of it all, we need to resolve issues with our own selves. Because as Tony Robbins says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. How many of us have known very successful people in different professions, ultimately unhappy, unpleasant lives, suicidal, and so on and so forth. So fulfillment, my friends, is so critical today. Fulfillment. So question to you before you go to bed every single day is, are you fulfilled? And if the answer is no, I think it's time to go back into your lives and think. COVID helped us think. COVID helps us to think. That was the turning point in a lot of people's lives. And you will agree that some people completely collapsed. Others emerged stronger. They figured that they had a passion in their lives which they could convert into a full-fledged profession. It didn't have to be an architect to only pursue architecture. He could be doing something else. He could be an architect like Remo Fernandez, who decided to make a name in music. Architect Brad Pitt in Hollywood, a famous Hollywood star. Similarly, closer home, Aishwarya Roy, an architect in the making. But there are also architects like these, architects by passion. I'm sure all of you know that these architects never went to a school for an architectural degree. They followed their passion, their hearts, and became architects. Of course, they got several doctorates and degrees later in their lives. But what drove them to do these wonderful projects, all these names I'm sure you are aware of, contributed majorly to this profession of architecture today, which the world recognizes. Did they not have challenges? Yes, they did. Did they not have other issues? The biggest issue was they were not even an architect. But did it stop them from pursuing their passion? Did that stop them from achieving their dreams? Friends, we need to understand that we need to ask two most important questions in our life. What do you really want to do? And number two, why do you want to do it? What do you want to do? A lot of us still figure out. But the question is, why? Why, as Professor Charanjit said, the purpose, the 3 P's that he talked about, the people, the place, the purpose. The purpose is so very important that unless and until you figure out the purpose, there will be passions but no way to be happy about it. And therefore, let us answer this question. That purpose has to be there for us to drive us to become bigger than ourselves. Way bigger than you expect your own self to be. And my dear friends, just passion is not enough. Passion is really not enough till you have the skills. What will passion do till you know what to do with that passion? Till you are updated with what's going on around the world. What till you are updated with what the world expects from you in that space. So skills, my friends, are absolutely important. You have to be a lifelong learner. Skills, we have to build our confidence. You know, we think we know it all. You come from these fancy colleges and schools and we know it all. No, my dear friends, we have to research, be up to date with the latest at all times. And that is what is going to make us a specialist and not a generalist. Today in the new normal. Bhul jaiye, 2020, 2021, 2022, COVID happened, everything happened. The new normal has turned the world around 180 degrees. We need to be a specialist today. Never mind whichever space. If you say I can do everything, that means you're doing nothing. You need to create a space for yourself, a niche. Because in the niche are the riches, are in the niches, as they say.